What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, it seems like PLARIUM might be teasing the new IP collaboration coming to the game. Now, they've done this in the past every single time they released an event like this. And I feel like we had quite a few of them, right? We had the very first IP type of collaboration, which was with a streamer. I think that was with Ninja. Then we had, I think, a Ukrainian streamer or Russian. I'm not sure what the guy is. A Counter-Strike player. Then we had something else with Xena. We had the He-Man. We had Alice. We had Asgardians. We had tons of different collaborations in the game. The Monster Hunter, which was kind of like their first big IP collaboration with an actual game or something like that. And I gotta say it, I do tend to like those events because usually it means that we're getting a free 7-day login champion. And we had quite a few of them, right? Starting with Skeletor, that was a free character as well. And that was together with the He-Man. What else we had in here? We had a Monster Hunter. Elatrion was not free by any means, but we did get Rathalos for free, which is still a very, very good champion. Ninja is very strong as a champion. I feel like the most trash event that they've done champion is with this guy right here, the Counter-Strike player, right? Like, this champion absolutely sucks. I feel like they've done him really dirty because he's probably one of the most useless champions in the entire game. But leaving all that on the side, I tend to like these events, right? And how do I know that they are doing it? Well, basically, they launched a teaser. Every time they're doing an event like this, they tend to start teasing the people with like weeks and weeks before that, okay? You've seen it every single time. It's nothing new. Massive shout out to Dion in my Discord for actually pointing it out because I did not pay attention to it. But if you go to the PLARIUM Play app and you click on this one right here, this is going to happen.
We have suffered much. Our ancestors were driven to fester in the muck by the demon spawn. Then, after centuries, came the War of Karok. Within a decade, the Red Crusade followed. Orcs, Ogryn, Skinwalkers, and more of our own kind fled to us, barely escaping slaughter. In spite of those seeking our destruction, we built. We combined our skills, our knowledge, our will to thrive. Out of swamps we raised majesty and plenty. We created something extraordinary, something beautiful. We created a city of dreams.
So, that was the teaser, right? Strange rumors abound in the shady inns of Telerian cities. From Arnok to Kumoshiro, those with a vested interest in the local underworld speak of bizarre newcomers and portents of brewing troubles. You better be prepared for whatever challenge awaits in the realm this time. Trouble is brewing in Teleria. So that's the teaser right there, plus the voiceover, which was done pretty well. What is coming? I'm not sure, but we're going to do a bit of research. So based on what we're seeing right there from Arnok. Now, Arnok is basically the campaign stage in-game where you're finding a lot of lizards, right? If I remember it correctly. So let's see. You have this one, which is the very first one, the Karok Castle, which is kind of like the Bannerlords. And then you have the sewers of Arnok, right? And here is all about lizards. As you guys can probably notice, we're just fighting lizards everywhere. So that kind of like gives us a hint that is something related to lizards. Now, we have the other area, which is not something that we have in-game, and that is Kumoshiro. Now, we see right here a Shadow King champion, which are kind of like what? Samurais, ninjas, and other things like that, right? We do not have that stage of campaign in game. Okay, so basically we have no Kumoshiro anywhere in here. Probably is something that they might expand in the future, or maybe they will never touch these campaign stages again. I'm not really a lore person. Maybe some of you guys actually read some more lore from these characters, factions. Heck, I'm not even sure if they have a lore for the actual Shadowkin faction, but the character that is in there is actually this rare unit, right? So we have Life Taker. Is it her in the image right there, or is it somebody else? Yeah, it's her, right? So we see her right there, which I don't know. Are we getting a freaking ninja, or we're getting a lizard, or we're getting something like that? I think getting an IP collaboration, think about like, I think having a freaking Godzilla in the game is going to be crazy, but really hard to kind of like make it work. Now, there are a lot of different lizard movies type of things, right? We have the Marvel Cinematic, we have the Spider-Man and the actual lizard from there. We have the Ape versus Monster, or Komodo, which actually is considered as a big reptile lizard, right? And we have like quite a few different ones, like underground lizard people. I'm not 100% sure what to expect, to be honest, but I think we could see some crazy things. Just think about seeing like freaking Godzilla, right, in a Raid Shadow Legends. Like, that would be just crazy. That would be just freaking crazy, having an IP collaboration with Godzilla. A huge character. We could have something like that. I see no reason why not. But it might not necessarily fit the team. Or it might, because Gojira is Japanese, right? We are seeing more kind of like a ninja on the image rather than a samurai. Like, she does look more like a ninja. They tend to move kind of like in dark and kind of like be in the shadow, you know what I mean? And maybe it's not Godzilla. Maybe it will be something else. But from Arnok to Kumoshiro, those with a vested interest in the local underworld speak of bizarre newcomers and potents of brewing trouble. Should we actually ask ChatGPT what he thinks about it? Maybe he's gonna give us a better hint. So let me actually just load up my ChatGPT. Right, let's see what ChatGPT thinks about it, because this is actually a tool that could give us some very good insight. Because heck, I do not know all of the freaking IPs. There are tons and tons of different things that could be. Power Rangers, what the heck? But let's see. You're onto something. That evocative clue about lizards or reptiles and samurais or ninjas in the shady inns of Teleria certainly sound like a teaser for an upcoming IP collaboration in Raid Shadow Legends. While there's currently no official announcement from PLARIUM or Raid themselves, the imagery and hints strongly suggest a sneak peek at what's coming next. What might be the collaboration? Here's what the clue hints are. Reptilian warriors meeting Eastern combat style, the fusion of lizards or reptiles with samurais or ninjas suggest a mashup of reptilian humanoids with feudal Japanese-inspired assassin or warrior archetypes, right? They kind of do based on the image and the series that are kind of like the areas in the game in Teleria, right? Potential thematic branding. Imagine lizard ninja clan or samurai saurians, which scaled stealthy reptile warriors don armor reminiscent of samurai or ninja attire, blending nimble stealth with ferocious reptile aesthetics. This thematic synergy isn't unheard of in gaming. For instance, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh heck! I haven't even thought about that. I completely forgot about that one. Whoa, that actually makes the most sense out of everything, because based on what they're showing right here, literally from Arnok to Kumoshiro. Arnok, the lizards, Kumoshiro, the Shadowkins, right? I think it makes the most sense out of all the possible IPs that are out there in terms of lizards, reptiles, humanoids type of thingies. I don't think they'll be doing something with Marvel, because that's going to be extremely expensive for them, and I do not see them investing that much into it. They might do it. They might freaking bring the lizard from Spider-Man, but then they will have to bring other Marvel characters into the game, and I do not think that they will necessarily fit too well in this game, in Teleria, right? So that actually, I mean, ChatGPT is the freaking GOAT, right? It just chuck in your text, man. It's just crazy what the world is coming to with this freaking AI. But either way, that is actually I think the best call out there. Combine lizard-like mutant turtles, martial artists with ninja-style combat in a distinctly Eastern setting. Similarly, Godzilla versus Power Rangers brought together iconic lizards and martial arts. Did we ever had anything like that? Godzilla versus Power Rangers? That sounds a bit like too far-fetched. I don't think that's something that I would like to see freaking Power Rangers in Raid Shadow Legends. I mean, that was cool when I was like 5, right? But if you look at a Power Rangers thingy now, it's just so badly made. Like, my god. A crossover of this nature could follow suit in Raid, bringing a fresh and cinematic twist to the gameplay. Why it makes perfect sense: visual and gameplay appeal. Reptile warriors clad in samurai armor would look striking in game. They will fit really, really well in the game, actually. And offer new kit synergies like stealth attacks, poisons, or FG-style swipe combos. Yes, stealth attacks, poisons, you have the veil and all that stuff. It does sound pretty interesting. Covers multiple genres, appealing to diverse player groups. Samurais and ninjas appeal to fans of strategy, honor, and precision, while reptilian characters tap into the primal savage fantasy. A crossover combining both can breach casual interest in deep tactical play. Hype building through mystery, teasing strange newcomers and portents of brewing trouble builds intrigue. Fans starting speculating and sharing theories even before the official reveal. That's exactly what we're doing right here. So that actually sounds pretty interesting. There are quite a lot of things in here that they could potentially be like. What's the likely flavor of this collab based on the clues we might expect? Potential implementation, factions, a new lizard ninjutsu clan or Saurian Ronin order, blending stealth and scaled aesthetics. I don't think it's going to be a new faction because it really does not make sense. We already have both of the factions that are kind of like being teased in here, right? Like Arnok, Kumoshiro. And we do need to get one more faction in the game, but that is Nyresen Union. I mean, maybe, but I feel like they will be too close to each other in terms of Shadowkins and some freaking reptilian ninjas as a faction. So I don't think that it will be a faction. I think it's just basically a new IP collaboration. At least that's what they've done in the past. They've teased them on their socials all the time. And I think we had like even in-game teasers, like messages and stuff. Maybe I remember that a bit off, but champions, reptile ninjas, dashes, poison, shuriken, or armor, skewering katana slashers, possibly with reptilian tail strikes or tongue-based grapples. Imagine freaking a reptile from Mortal Kombat, right? I would freaking love to see a Mortal Kombat IP with Raid Shadow Legends. I feel like Mortal Kombat will fit so freaking well in Raid Shadow Legends. Just imagine having a reptile in there, right? That would be pretty damn crazy. But we're going to do a bit of research on the teenage ninja thingies because, I mean, this makes the most sense, I think. Because there are a lot of them, right? If you're looking at Mortal Kombat, you have reptile. You don't really have any other reptiles in there, right? You have scorpions and all the rest, which are a bit different. A limited time event or challenge area modeled after bamboo groves, misty swamps, or bamboo forests, combining stealth mechanics and swamp hazards. Lore, waving the warriors into the underbelly of Delaria, maybe a secretive dojo where lizards learn ancient Eastern arts. That makes even more sense now because they had a freaking secret dojo, right? In the sewages. And it's the sewages of Arnok. Like, it's just such a freaking clique, man. ChatGPT. I'm so convinced that that's what it is. Sewers of Arnok, right? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had their freaking base dojo in the sewers, right? If I remember it correctly. And based on what ChatGPT put in here, literally the top option, I think that's going to be the one. Now, I'm not sure when it is going to come or exactly what's going to happen, but Let's actually try to find a bit of more info about it. Is it this one? So Reptile, Mortal Kombat. That would be cool. But they have quite a few of them right here. They're like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. And with the rat, 5. The rat could go easily into the Skinwalker faction if they're bringing him in. Heck, I actually love the freaking animations. I love the movies. Everything related to this IP. I would love to see this in Raid Shadow Legends. Heck, that would be so freaking cool. What do you guys think about it, huh? Would you like to see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in, or not really? I think it would be cool. I think it would be freaking cool. I think it makes so much sense just based Sewers of Arnok all the way to freaking Kumoshiro. I think that's what it is. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think? Big shout out to ChatGPT for actually pointing us, hopefully, in the right direction. There are not really that many that they could be, right? Like Godzilla, which I'm not really seeing it in Raid Shadow Legends for whatever reason. I feel like we already have our own freaking Godzilla. If you're looking at it, we have... where is he? Where is our Godzilla? Fushan, right? Like, he's kind of like our Godzilla, more or less. I don't think it's gonna be that. The Mutant Ninja Turtles literally sound like the most plausible one. Sewers of Arnok, Kumoshiro. It makes a lot of sense. But maybe it's a different one that... Heck, there are thousands and thousands of IPs out there. But I'm gonna bet on whatever ChatGPT betted on to, because it really connects with the names of the locations and basically the teaser, the way they kind of like put it out there in the shadows, ninja type of thingies and assassins. But either way, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm all in for a new free champion as long as it's a good one. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see what is this IP collaboration. For whoever wants to listen to this again, let's do it once again, now that we kind of like have some ideas in mind.
We have suffered much. Our ancestors were driven to fester in the muck by the demon spawn. Then, after centuries, came the War of Karok. Within a decade, the Red Crusade followed. Orcs, Ogryn, Skinwalkers, and more of our own kind fled to us, barely escaping slaughter. In spite of those seeking our destruction, we built. We combined our skills, our knowledge, our will to thrive. Out of swamps we raised majesty and plenty. We created something extraordinary, something beautiful. We created a city of dreams.
Out of swamps, we've created something. And they're saying, like, literally, if you look at it, the Galen Pact, Ogryn, Skinwalkers, and Orcs were pushed towards our kind. So basically, the only ones left are lizards. So the lizards are doing the talking. But we already know that based on the Arnok thingy there. Either way, I'm pumped for a new IP, for a new free champion. Hopefully, they're going to give us a free champion. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys think that is going to be the Mutant Teenage Ninja Turtles or not. Either way, appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.